Hello, guys, and good evening. Welcome, everyone, to today's edition of WEC Weekly. Guys, we haven't done this year. Is that correct? I don't know. I think it is. I can't remember a WEC Weekly that we have done this year. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Anyway, guys, welcome to a little bit of running at Bahrain in the Peugeot. And we started off with a spin, well, with a sort of a half spin. Anyway, we're about to do a couple of practice laps. We have a kind of good setup available for this, so we make use of that a little bit, and we enjoy a little bit of racing. 100 minutes of Bahrain, I may admit, is not the absolute prime split of today because no in-game sounds. How about now? Seems like I forgot to press a button. Thank you so much, Eugene, for making me aware. I hope sounds are fixed now. I have some appointments later tonight, so sadly I cannot go live later today, which is the reason why I decided to just give this a go now. And I hope this is going to be alright. I hope this is going to be fine. It should be good fun. Let's say it like this. So, 8 minutes till the event goes. I think we have like 50 odd registrants. And I'm having a little bit too much fuel on board. Well, that shouldn't matter too much. We're just getting into the groove. We know this track very well, obviously. We know it well in LMH. So how are you guys doing? I hope you have a good and great week so far. As my struggle with the tire temperatures is absolutely real. Like, for the sakes of it, I can't get temperature into these tires around Bahrain. It is so funny because the tarmac shall be pretty rough. From what we do know about this race circuit. Then we have a couple of high degrees in the air, 29 that is, and just 35-degree track temp, probably because of the daytime, which is rather late in the day, but 16, 17 is the current clock. .276 is current time to beat. Whee. Hayden, no, it's the car with the wing. Yeah, very nice. What a rejoin by the guy, and then he just goes straight. Yeah, let's see, I have to deal with that during the race, probably. Hey Robin, how are you? Hey Iron Marshall, welcome to the stream. Long time no see. That is to Robin. Hope you're doing well. The Andras guy is very fast, you say. Copy, copy. Hayden, I don't know. I would need to test all of them and build a proper setup. As long as it's drivable and reliable and consistent, it could be any car really. Oh no. You mean, Robin, you mean when in WEC? When we had that crash incident, even like on the right moment when the race got green? That sucks big time. Yeah, sometimes there's just nothing you can do, right? What is BBV? Brake by wire. I mean, this car does have a sort of brake by wire, right? With the how is it called? B-bell adjustment. Is it brake migration? It's called, yeah, brake migration. I think it's pretty much required and one needs it, but that's just me. Session is about ready to be joined. Hashtag soon. All right. That shall hopefully be sufficient enough. Let's see. For today, I just wanted to use my own. We will use the Falcon liveries, obviously, in all official races that we do. Yeah, it will mainly be the Falcon livery anyway, but obviously I do have my own liveries at times, so I appreciate also using them. All right, we have a 60 registrants, 2 splits, that is. We have a 20 hypercars. So do I get all the hypercars in my split? That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I'm the only S3 guy, it seems. So we need to make this work pretty Gucci. Anyway, we're coming on to the session. We're coming on to the race. We're joining the event. Hayden, it could be either or. Could be both. So 100 minutes times 60, we're doing 147s at best is 56 laps. 2 times 28 stints, potentially. Probably 56 laps, maybe even 55 just. All right, cool. We have a setup on. Going to quickly adjust that a little bit. Should be fine. Crispkit, thank you so much for your tier 1 sub. Really much appreciated. Zabri, hello there, how you doing? Rush Racer, thank you very much. Good luck to you too if you do the race. So whom do we have on Hypercar then? Stepkowski. Uh-oh, we have an explanation mark here. Bartusz Andras in P3 here. So maybe we have a good race, would be good. Rush Racer, thank you very much for the sub. I really appreciate your support. Welcome to the stream then, buddy. All right, so we go into the qualifying 10 minutes. We're gonna go straight out and have 6 or 7 laps. See what we can do. You are Katoshville in the Genesis. Well then, I say good luck to you, Jiri. We're looking forward to the race. I hope you do. Is it the case that these weekly races are not as popular anymore as they used to be, or is that just like a bad perception of mine? Maybe you guys can clear me up a little bit on this, because I mean, I know it's 5 p.m. Central European time, but I would have expected more than 60 signups though. All right, bring the race session on. Bring the quali session on. It would be sufficient for the moment, I think. From DD2 to SimuCube 3. So you came from Fanatec to go to SimuCube, yeah? And you say it's day night's difference? Interesting. Wilco Robert, you think championships are played more maybe because of the higher rating? Well, fair point. The thing is, I feel like a bit hesitant committing to a online championship simply because I can't really commit to that on like a weekly basis, you know. I may go for it again at some point. Right, let's do the job though. Let's go and do some racing as we're coming. Oh, nice. Green, green, green. And yeah, I'm not. Did I just say that you guys can decide whether we should opt for a last to fast challenge? Or rather not? Might still be boring depending on how the grid will be looking, but let's see. Maybe we focus on qualifying on pole fast before thinking about doing interesting things to the stream. Slight unoptimal approach, but that's fine. Like, we really take the time to bring up tires to temperature now. Yes, we're pushing. Yes, we're purple in sector 1 for the moment. Let's wait until everyone else crosses the line. Seems like keep the purple. Hey Sergio. Which command? What kind of peripherals? You mean hardware that I'm using? If you go down in the, like, try explanation mark equipment. Race Note 1, hello there, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Oh no. So either my bot doesn't want to work, or it's not that. Anyway, in the link, you'll find the description. You find a link in the video description, the Apex 300 online shop. On that landing page, you'll find my full list of equipment. Ah, there you go. Stream Elements actually does do the job. Ah, so Stream Elements only replied on the command in Twitch. That's a good one to note. Anyway, the good stuff is that it generally replied with the link that I wanted to see. So I have 3 more laps, but I think only time for 2. Currently, believe it or not, I'm choosing the hypercars depending on whether I have a setup for the track on this car, whether I have had a good recent race on this car. So for instance, the Peugeot here in Bahrain, we had to do the VMS Pro Series qualification on. So I knew I had a good setup for this car, I knew how to drive this car around here. Disclaimer, currently I'm 6 or 7/10 off the peak lap time that I did. I did 45.1 or so in that hot stint. I'm probably gonna put this a 45.6 in the end. Yeah, based on that experience, I was like, yeah, you know, can just hop in, do a couple of laps, recalibrate with the setup, and then hopefully have a good race. It is hard to be consistent across multiple hypercars, that's for sure. Certainly not easy. Okay, I'm not putting it in with a 0.6 apparently. Well, it seems like we don't need to. So it is up to you, for you guys to decide. Last to first challenge, yes or no? Sim Racing Experience, thank you so much for your subscription on the YouTube channel. Hello and welcome. Appreciate your time, appreciate your support. Gonzo, he wants us to be in Last of Us territory. Bit quack. So let's see, guys, I'll be right back. You have a bit of time to decide. Last of Us, yes or no? It's down to your discretion at this point. Last to first is hype. Scott Marsh and Webgoop, thank you very much for your follows here on the Twitch channel. Alright, boys and girls. You want the last to first? You can get a last to first. My driver's badge is creator's badge. Anyway, Last of Us challenge, 100 minutes of Bahrain in the WEC Weekly. Here we go. Green, green, green. Someone anticipated the start. Very nice. I would have been scared the crap out of everything. There is the first guy around. Whoa. That caddy got really, really slow. Book versus book. So, Stepkowski with smaller rear wing. Quite evidently. P10. I don't know when this happened, but apparently the Racelab app had closed. When did this close? Probably wasn't there in qualifying either, right? tough one. Porsche's good straight line speed, it seems. This time I'll at least have the inside line on Burke. Well, seems like I'll need a little more than just the inside line. Let's see how much the draft get us. No, not fast enough. Only thing you can do is set a dive bomb. And then you set that on point, please. Because of my straight line speed, I need to defend. Ah, damn it. All workout undone. Well, that's nice racing. Good fun. Okay, so Demidov. 11.6 seconds ahead, and quite frankly, this Porsche is holding me up. But I don't really know what to do against the straight line speed of this. I don't know what's the best hypercar. All I know is I'm having some good fun. Because so far the racing is absolutely awesome. Very fair. Very much on point. Brilliant stuff. One of the most beautiful overtakes I've done. And now they crashed. Which is sad to see it, actually. Well, I ran out of battery. There's Jiri ahead of us in the Genesis. Probably a lap or two, and then he starts overheating the tires. I'm afraid he already does, looking at how his car balance goes. I recall the Alpine being a relatively good car, I agree. Alright, in P7 we are, the lead is doing 48.1, we're now doing high 48s, but we're also heading onto our very, very fast clean lap. Der Butterfresser is auch am Start. Thank you so much. Actually, that would be a name for me. Because I love butter. Destradis, ciao, ciao. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Anyway, Buddha Fresa, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the crowd. Welcome to this Last of Us challenge at Bahrain. 100-minute race, 90 minutes to go. Beautiful. So, Demidov sadly keeps cutting his laps. I wonder what cut points he has. In the meanwhile, we're behind Thai boys. But we missed turn 10 here. Yeah, though I'm interested to see how much time we lost last lap, turn 11-12. Going wide. Ritens. Nice stuff, nice racing. Very great to see the sportsmanship of everyone so far. Right, the hunt is on. I think we're also now clearing our first wave of traffic. The easiest to drive, not the fastest. Peugeot with the wing certainly counts towards that. They slowed it down, but it's still somewhat decent, I think. A gap to the lead with 10 seconds. Yeah, but they are right in the lapping bubble. Oh, he almost killed me, man. Oh no, the Ferrari is a horrible car to drive in high speeds. I certainly would not recommend that. And it understeers like crazy in low speed times. It's like... the Ferrari has the most polar opposite driving experiences that you can find. Understeers crazy in trail braking and low speeds. But once you're on high speed and you're trying to lift... Ripatoni. Straight away you go and die. So, 9 seconds back to the lead. And then we have third and fourth right ahead of us. And I think there you see a little bit who is, let's say, struggling a bit with the traffic. If it's a lot of fun, just wants to kill you sometimes. Just sometimes? I think in high speed it always wants to kill you. Alright, here we are, the top 3 GT3s. And then we have 2 more hypers ahead. Let's see how to clear these. Well, the thing is that once per race could be the decisive one that just kills you, right? I mean, it kills you once and then it's done. Oh boy. Aston Martin straight line speed galore. You mean the Ferrari, Crispin? You're not driving anything else than the Ferrari anymore? Oh, stupidly ran over the curb. Right, P3. That first third of the race, probably my lap time would be 2 or 3 seconds off in average. Simply from always sitting in some sort of hypercar traffic. So let's see, 9 seconds to the lead, Clara is in P2. 6.5 seconds ahead of us. Christian, why not racing LMU anymore for you? Why is that? Albie! Hello! Go! I'm just Snaderfoot. Hello! How are you doing? Once again we have the dog greeting us. And then I say greetings to Hyper Focus, by the way. Welcome to the stream, welcome on Twitch. Thank you very much for your follow. Harvey! Oh no! There's a dog doing a sit. Oh no. Schatz! Fuck. Ich hab da was nicht bedacht. So, I started to have Nadine! I started to be a bit hungry right before we went racing. Harvey! So I got off a slice of bread, put that on the laptop. Yeah, and guess what? I told my girlfriend, get the bread over here. Ah, the dog! I was about to like, why is he doing a sit next to the rig? Being like, completely over the place. Yeah, there goes the bread. Also, there goes the dog. Right, also there went 4 seconds of the gap. Also in the chat, there went the respect. Honestly, that kind of abuse of chat should always result in a ban. You can always argue about things, but the moment you start insulting someone, that is a red line stepped over. You're set next to a smelly dog? Why is that? Tip for rookies, you in bronze, DR, you have like 100 hours. Well, what are you struggling with? Our dog been swimming in the rivers too. But the Visual breed obviously got very short hair and no wool underneath. So he's not smelly. Well, he is a bit smelly, but you know, nothing like a shepherd or something. So what's going on here? Uh, 55 laps it says here on the counter. Oh boy. On the end of the race is where I do most errors, well, but then can shake hands because that's my exact same issue. I'm doing absolutely the same. Eurofighter, yep. This is split 1. The thing is, you can't always maintain pace. That's just the nature of the tire and nature of the game. They do peak in the first like 10 to 15 minutes. And then you'll generally drop in a little bit of pace. Not significant, but like half a second-ish as the fuel bleeds off. And then when you go for a double stint, you drop for another like second initially. But that's totally normal. So don't be too intimidated by that. You know, a guy at P1, he is fast but can do some mistakes. Eurofighter, you mean this particular driver in P1 right now? Or like someone at P1 docks? Or who's P1 or what is P1? Chris Quint, I don't know. Ah, Mark. Is he difficult to overtake or? Okay. Well, looking forwards then. Yeah, apart from me, I think he's the next quickest driver then. This grid currently. These two GTs will enable my move on the caddy though. I didn't mean to say it like that. Oh boy. Oh yeah, holding P1 is always nice, right? He is in a Ferrari, so let's see about his top speed. People love using that chat there. It would be very nice as a GT3 to not be like killed by a GT3. Corner exit is insane in the Ferrari. Copy, copy. Hyperfocus, this is exactly the way. Just stay in racing line. Stay on your line, drive your line, and let the the hypercars or LMPs find a way around you. Sometimes they'll dive, but if you are clear on your line and stay consistent, that's all you need to do. So here that GT nicely stays on its line, and then I can find a way without intimidating. Hyperfocus, there is a hypercar and GT car, like faster class car, slower class car guide on my YouTube channel if you don't mind. For you that would be !sub, that gives you the link to my YouTube channel. Then go to the playlist, and in the tutorial playlist you'll find a guide on how to do multi-class racing from both sides, lower class car and faster class. You are welcome, Hyperfocus. Right! 1 second to the lead. Madam Jakers, that is exactly the issue. That is exactly why I have put out these guides, because these GT3 drivers pretend to be friendly to us, as in like, look, we'll move out of the way. But what they're doing in reality is they just cause us to not have an idea what they do. They just cause to be very unpredictable. So the Ferrari is almost on no rear wing, I think. Because if I saw it correctly, he has an insane straight line speed compared to me. Yeah, I mean, when they dive, it's a decision you have to do, right? Like, get crashed and like maybe lose your own race, or accept that you lost time and just let it happen. Yeah, I think with my high downforce setup, I need a rather uncommon spot to overtake, such as downhill turn 8. Let's see if I can find a good and safe way to pass. If not, I'll just try to create myself a little bit of an energy overlap. The pit stop. I guess you guys want to see an overtake on track though, right? For the lead. And not in the pits. Thing is, I think you see how much I'm lift and coasting behind him. You need 120 kilowatts to not flip on the battery. That's not how I wanna pass. Sorry about that. The Ferrari clearly becomes difficult to drive once there's a car behind. Big problem with that Ferrari is it is strong on the brakes. Well, traffic again. How about you saw the Ferrari had a little bit of a wiggle, and that is just the Ferrari. That's the reason why I don't like that car. Yeah, exactly. It just lights away with no FFP in for it all. And then, it's just not a nice balanced car at the minute. That new hypercar tire model doesn't suit it really well, if at all. Num num. Good dog, not getting the bread. Hey, Akari. Alright, so let's see, 6 laps, no 5 laps to go to the pits. 29 laps will be done. 55 minus 29 is 26, we divide that by 28, oops. Peugeot sometimes also a bit tricky. Divided that 28 means we need 30, yeah, 93% of virtual energy. We'll take a 92 because we're saving something with the traffic anyway. What do you want from me? Save pass. Right, guys, if you appreciate the content, if you love the stream and want to see more of that, then please have a follow on Twitch. Subscribe us on the YouTube channel if you haven't done already, and if you want to support us further, consider become a Prime subscriber or a Tier 1 subscriber on our Twitch channel. Consider become a member, a sponsor on our YouTube channel. That way you're supporting the stream with a monthly little donation of 3 to 5 euros. If you want to see this content any further and if you want to help improving the stream, then please, I appreciate every support. And if you're just being here and watching, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. That is the minimum support I'd probably ask you for. Anything else obviously is additionally much appreciated as well, but at least the like on the vid would be very, very great. Am I going to do the 6 hours of Interlagos? No, likely not. To be entirely honest, I'm attending a wedding tomorrow, so I'm not going to be usable on Saturday. And then on Sunday we have the VMS Pro Series Round 3 Endurance, 2 hours 40 minutes of Spa. That'll be enough of a commitment, enough of a struggle already in terms of both preparation speed and stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys are going to join this on Sunday. We have earlier race start times. I think we're starting 5 PM Central European due to the finals of the most political sport event in the year. So what is your guys' plans for the weekend? Everyone else here going for the 6 hours of Interlagos? Special. See Eurofighter, which car are you going to commit to. The Peugeot is, I think, a pretty strong car there as well, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys want to now say I'm kind of flexing a bit with the muscles, yes I do. With this probably being the fastest lap of this race. Ah, the Pook Wingless. I think the Pook Wingless at least is one of the hidden champions indeed. I think it's even if I would change some tires now, I'd probably stay in the lead. And I'll look at the tires and see that I don't need them. If you guys want, I'm gonna redo this particular race on Monday evening, perhaps. I got through for one more. Guys can be scary for sure. I keep locking the front right every now and then into turn 8. Drive the Lambo Hypercar or Lambo GT3? The Lambo Hypercar is an interesting one, the way it bounces all around. Alright, the box. Oh no, they meet off with a stop and go penalty. Probably due to speeding. And honestly, I'm not too sure if I didn't bet right now as well. Let's see in a bit. Speeding would be, the drive-through would be hard to catch up, actually. He has an interesting parking spot. Clear. And Gucci, of course. So, 46 minutes to go. Let's see about pace, let's see about total lap count. I took fuel for only 55 laps in total now, so let's see whether we are required to save some fuel. Well, not fuel, virtual energy, of course, but I know what I'm after about. Oh, someone's off. So there's still guys behind me that haven't spent all their energy yet. Impressive. 32 laps on a single set of virtual energy. So it's going to be 31, but that's impressive. Because 28 is pretty much flat out. Plus 3 laps is a significant stretch. No, it is the Peugeot 2024, or is that the Evo of the 23? No, like, I guess you consider it Evo for 25 car, so that's, no. It is the one with the rear wing from 2024. Because that's what I have the livery on for. As we pass in the green machine. What has happened behind the Giri and Sosa are yet the pits? Then Mark had stop and go, that puts Claros in second. Effectively, with a gap to 21 seconds. Okay, so the 24 one is the Evo of the 23, right? Like the one with the rear wing. Copy, copy, copy. I got a bit confused with so many teams bringing out Evos of the hypercars in 26. Yeah, Eurofighter, I hear you. Is he your teammate by chance? Do you know him that well? Ah, I see. I see, I see. Bro, what the fuck? Man, that GT3 nearly took me out. Look at that. Really? I mean, I kind of get it when they do have a moment, right? But they should also not move out of the way on the straight. That's not right. Yeah, like pretty nice. Next time I just re-end them and then like end the race and then they blame me for just wiping them off. So 33 laps in. 50, yeah, the thing is if we do 55 laps, we're just fine on fuel. If we do 58, we're F. Yeah, 56, oh no, not F, but just need to save a little. Consty Kartoffel! Hello there, thank you for joining. How you doing, man? Just chilling. That's awesome. Very nice. Almost said, what are you chilling about? But chilling is just relaxing. Nicholas Cage Bees, hello there. Yeah, me in the book, that's different. Also the livery is a bit different today. That's absolutely true. Before we create an awkward situation, we have a 27 seconds gap. So what is your guys' plans for the weekend? I hope everyone will find a cooling spot, at least in Germany. We should have lots of rain finally. Mother Nature is in dire need for that though. It's disgusting to look out into the field and see the grass not being green but yellow and brown. It's horrible to see. What driver rating do I have? I am silver 3. Like 50% up towards gold 1. Oh yeah, I was gold 2 at some point, and then like I got taken out 2 or 3 times, or like I once disconnected from the server twice or so, and that got me down to like silver 3. And ever since, like I was so close before getting back to gold 1 again, and then some shit happened again. It just like, you know, I can't be asked. The thing is, if I do win this race, handed in as being the number 1 car, being on pole, winning, then I gain like 2 or 3% of driver rating as the game expects me to do so. However, if I disconnect on the last lap and be like P18, I am losing like 30% of the R, so it would need me 10 to 15 of these races to just get back to where I was before. And this just happened 2 or 3 times, right? And then there's nothing you can do. Storm season in the state were nuts this year. Well, I heard that El Nino is a thing this year again, right? It was a thing 2 years ago. And apparently this year it shall be extremely hot. Toyota Bears, they were close to getting relegated to S2 after a DNF monster in the weekly race. Yeah, exactly. A DNF costs you so much DR that you need like 6 or 7 good races to make up on it. If you are in a field with, like, you know, where the majority of people is. And I think the majority of people is sitting in silver 2, silver 1, bronze 3 in terms of DR. There it's probably quite easy to make this up again, because with a win you gain also 15%, because sometimes it's just so unexpected. Well, not so unexpected, but the system hands you in like a P8 or P10 car, and then you win it, and then obviously you outscore the system big time. Yeah, and it's just like, you can only lose in races like this. And on top of that, I think I have done daily official races. We can have a look into the result sheet, into the result history of mine for this year. I think I have done 10 races, 15 races in the daily system after the hypercar update, so really not much. And there's also then no reason for me to and then not a reason, but you know, it's like I may end up in the same spot. Imagine if I did this for 2 weeks. So we say 2 weeks and I do 10 daily races. 9 good races might equal 1 shit race, and I might end up the same or even worse than before doing those 10 races. And on top of that, as much as it's nice to say, yeah, I'm a Gold 1 driver, I'm like high up in the ranking system, I don't know. I think globally, I am in like, let's say between P300 and P400 of all the LMU players. Honestly, I can't care less about the DR. If I did care more about the DR, I would have done a lot more races to try and get back to D1. And then there's, you know, a couple of platinum drivers. I mean, they keep grinding out the system day in, day out to do their rating. They do like 6 or 7 or 8 daily races a day, easily winning and smashing everyone. Just to get their 5-6% every day. And they hardly race the strongest people in dailies or like in WEC weeklies. And you know, that's fine. It's also a strategy to come up. I think there's at least 2 or 3 platinum drivers. And I know at least 2 of them do take the races in the odd hour in order to not being prone to lose out against a driver like me that they would usually have to battle with. Just with the problem that I'm S3 and they are P1 or P2 even or whatnot. So if they lose out against me, they lose massively rating. And you know, that's a fair strategy, but in the end of the day, the driver rating means nothing at all. There's a guy who hit 100% driver ranking just recently. Really, Nicholas? Is someone a platinum 300% rank? Yeah, you can certainly game the DR system. And you know what? The DR system is only there for putting you into the splits. And honestly, on a normal day, I should comfortably still be top 3 with being in the higher up in the Silver 3 ratings. Manisha. Exactly, as this is saying, you just need to be in split 1 so that you can just race. But can someone send me that leaderboard in DM on Discord? There are 8 platinum drivers, so one of them is David Mrozic, and I think one is Sander Callas. Then there is a French guy that I've recently done a video about. Those 3 I know. Who else? Nah, Yanni, I think it's gold 2 if I'm not mistaken. But you know, that's the thing. I know that this French guy that I've done a video about recently, he is live on Twitch every day 11 AM. Doing I don't know how many daily races, like all day long, when people like me are working. So I think he has done like 400 and something official races, 450. I have 170. Oh, yeah. How to even compare it, right? I mean, it's so great that you grind a system that you never ever use into, right? But yes, you're Platinum 3 GG's, mate, but you skip every other race not to lose rating. And you're not comparing yourself to other people. You know, the thing is, the driver rating in LMU, I think, is fine for the majority of players. Like, it gives the system still a hint, out of 1,000 players, how to rank them into the higher split and into the lower split. And that is fine, let's say, for the best 15 or the best 10 to 90% of the players. Then the best 10 to 1 or 10 to 0% of all players, like the esport people, that is edge cases. Because we can outplay and outgrind the system to be up there. and not further worry about it, right? However, that will put us next time we do a team event inevitably into the P1 top split, and then when a lot of people are doing that event and you find yourself people in the splits, suddenly you end up like P8, P9, P10 and lose lots of rating, and then the grind continues. So what I'm saying is, like, it's the edge cases where the system is heavily flawed, I think. Backward Sim Racer, you're having an absolute point, and I'd be quite honest with you. For me, a rating is also not meaningless. Of course, it's very nice to see if I look on a global leaderboard and like, out of 10,000 iRacers or LMU drivers, I'm sitting in P... I don't know what. I used to be... The last time I looked on that one webpage, racingcentre.fr or whatever it is, where there is a leaderboard, I think I was sitting in P250, you know, and I was looking at them like, nah, you know, I'm better than P250. I tell you, today probably I sit in P400 because everyone is grinding out the system, and I don't even do a single race on it. So, how do you deal with that? Am I worse than 390 other drivers? Probably not. Thank you so much, Consti. Gonna have a look into it later on and probably have a beer and a good laugh. Not laugh because I think it's ridiculous, but you know, it's like if you're looking at a ranking and you find a couple of players ahead of you simply because they're grinding out of the system. It is a valid strategy. It's just how the system can be used and how the system can work, you know? There is a good saying which is probably very healthy. There is nothing more irrelevant than your last result. Or not irrelevant, but there is nothing more gone or nothing more in the past than your last result. Of course, when I do win a race, I'll be absolutely all over the place. Absolutely over the moon. I celebrate hard, maybe for a day, maybe for 2 days. And of course I take some self-esteem and some pride from it. But the next time I go onto the grid, that P1 is absolutely meaningless. Because it doesn't give you anything for the race ahead of you. And you might be the biggest loser if you finish that last in that race then. And that quickly gets you to the ground on Earth. So yeah, anyway. Obviously I'm turning 34 in August. And I've seen the world of esport in all sort of ages. So I have my my conclusion and my experience out of that. It's just ridiculously funny if there is then people being live on stream saying they're the absolute fastest and they're faster than everyone else, and they could finally show it if they were not being stuck in P16 behind this train where they can't overtake. I have said this a couple of times as well, being like, could be so much faster if I wasn't stuck. I should not say this, simply because if I could say it, or if I say I was faster than everyone else, then why the fuck am I not in P1? I can say today I'm faster than everyone else because I dropped to P last and now leading by 33 seconds. Then I can say this. But sitting in P16 like one of our fellow friends did and be like, the fastest racer, like, just can't show it because I'm stuck in P16. Why are you P16 in the first place? And if you're just so great and so good, why are you stuck there? Think about it. That's just my 2 cents on this. Backward Sim Racer, I completely agree. I turned so mature and so efficient with my time spending compared to like 5 years ago. It's crazy. I mean, I keep losing the faith of sim racing for the case of clicks on my Instagram account and all the shorts and the non-streaming days, but you know what is the funniest part about this? You can upload a video of me getting taken out by a GT3 that outbrakes himself after I overtook him on the straight. And the people on Facebook be like, yeah, you completely brake checked him. You absolutely deserve being taken out. It's like the keyboard warriors on Facebook are something else. But yeah, it is that toxicity that we do find in social media every day. And as much as social media is very much required for me as a streamer to connect with the community, to inform people, to also obviously display myself in a certain way. Angry, happy, strong, winning, losing. It also kind of drives my business a little bit for the money. Or, in other words, my interactions, my corporations that I do get is because of that social media appearance. So, to an extent, I have to deal with those keyboard warriors that think they have an absolute great idea of what racing is about. But like, if I knew what I would be committing to 10 to 15 years ago with all that social media stuff, I'm not too sure if I would still do the same thing. I'm really not. Because you have to be mental, very stable to deal with the public opinion of people. Nick Tavik, absolutely, that's Facebook right there for me, 100%. I just keep rage baiting the people on Facebook because the more stupid my mistake or the more attackable my movements by those keyboard warriors, the more clicks it gets. Put an awesome overtake, 5,000 views. Put me taking out the GT3, 200k views with like 800 comments of how shit I am. Fair to say, and I'll be honest about this, the one video pays me 40 cents, the other one 40 euros. It's as simple as that. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure to be mentally strong enough to not get personally attacked by it. And sometimes I deal nice with that, sometimes rather not. There is no bad publicity. I mean, between you and me, the Facebook people, they like, yeah, for me they can just do whatever. It is interaction, it is reach, it is publicity in the end. And then, you know, I think we all had this situation where we were like, how the hell did X, Y, and Z influencer who is out of our perception so bad get invited to this and that and those events where you'd be like, it's totally unjustified. It's just because of publicity. Maybe they made an absolute clown of themselves, or they're absolutely world champions in it. But I guess you kind of see where I'm coming from. Anyway, coming back to the DR topic, I'm looking forward to hopefully finish this race in P1 and push myself from P400 and something to maybe P300 and something. That would be amazing. Crispin, absolutely. If she's going to invent a new design for towels tomorrow, people would buy it. The Kardashian fans would buy it simply for having it, although, oh look, I have a towel of Kim Kardashian. The haters would buy it to put it up in flames and like post a video about it. It's like, this is what I do to that towel. And at the end of the day, she sold 2 of the things, right? That's how Influence marketing is working right there. Yeah, Chris Kemp, but it is a valid point of view. This what honestly in the world of today, this would happen. 100%. I mean, look at that. Is it that Venezuelan president that was insulting Kylian Mbappe after their match against France? I didn't even know she existed before. Now almost the entirety of the world knows, because she's the woman that defended Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, that political president or whatever she is. Can't remember. No, offended, not defended. She offended him. AKA insulting. Stupidity always clicks, 100%. Well, I'm able to take 3 or 4 clips out of this race. Sadly, none of it completely stupid. The one that, for those of you guys that was here like minute, I don't know, like right after my pit stop or before, the GT3 on the back straight before the last corner that just came out of the accident, whoops, I'm gonna go right into your way, that I had to dodge. I will put that on Facebook. It is a 5 or 6 or 7 second clip, but they will blame me of being not in control with my car, such a bad driver that I almost run into a GT3, blah 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 blah. They will be monkeying about that, and I'll receive the money for the clicks. That's sadly how our game is working. I'd rather get like 1 million views of an amazing overtake with people being like, oh wow, this is so amazing to look at. But no, I need to put a video on the internet where a GT3 almost kills me, and then I need to accept that people be like, you're so stupid, you can't drive around the GT3 that goes in a straight line. That is just the reality. What do you mean, Robin? Calmondo, I'm sorry. I remember your follow. Thank you very much for your follow and welcome to the stream, bud. Yeah. People will be able to turn every scene into a negative hour. The thing is, it's not like I don't care. I'll mostly still read the comments and then decide whether there is a point of arguing or not. Mostly there isn't. But I'm dealing with it on a daily basis, let me tell you. It's fine, it's just part of the job. Yeah, Robin, I can't recall it. What did he do? He went before green, green, green? Or just smash everyone into turn 1? Meanwhile, we have energy for almost 7 laps to go, and it is 6 laps to go. 6 or is it 7? 49 laps in. think it's rather tight, but it should be just 6. Demidov with a stop and go penalty is like a big hurt. That is like 45-ish seconds that he lost. I think he got scared. Jumped out of the way. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed the race so far. Please, if you do so, have a follow and Twitch subscribers on the YouTube channel, and very importantly, I have to update it on Twitch somehow, but check out our affiliation links in the YouTube video description. Get our esports setups from B-Alien, the setup shop, with very high class setups available right there. You'll find my referral link down in the video description below. For those of you interested in Pimax VR, I am partnered with Pimax since a couple of weeks, and you can save their money if you're ordering your Pimax equipment by my referral link that you also find down in the video description below. You can save 2% on the entirety of the sales price of all the gadgets that you put into the cart. Additionally, with the referral code MichiMagic, you also get global free shipping. So that might be an additional perk I can offer you. And for those of you that are interested in my equipment, either exclamation mark equipment, or check out the link once again in the video description on YouTube. There you'll find my entirety of hardware setup, and with that referral link on the Apex 300 shop, you can go and shop the creator, shop the things or equivalent equipment if it's not available, at best prices indeed. Right, 6 minutes to go, 4 liters of fuel in the left, 4 liters, 4 laps of fuel and energy left in the tank. I think we've done a good race. We had a little bit of entertainment going. Ford is also a little bit of a tricky one. So quick on the straights, but misses literally every other apex, and therefore I do not 100% know how to deal with it. Yeah, I see exactly that. Got to know your customer, right? I honestly think he just drove his normal stuff. I have seen him missing and running wide on so many apexes that I didn't expect anything else. If it would have just turned in, he would have just killed my car. So yeah, thankfully with the knowledge that I built up in the race over the guy. And I don't, you know, I don't want to offend him. Like, everyone had their own abilities, right? I do not think he had any malicious intent. It's just, you need to calculate and consider the guys doing these things. Right, 3 minutes 20-ish, 2 more laps indeed. Oh, so good. Sipping a coffee and driving a hyper, yeah. That's what we love doing. Hey, look at the dog! Coming for final lap celebrations, huh? Look. Maybe he's just asking for going out again. Meanwhile, he can't find the bread. Which is a good thing. I think he's smelling it though. Let's see if Mark is letting me go for his sake of, like, having a shorter race by a lap. I don't blame him if he doesn't. In his case, I'd do it. 2 minutes less work. Sitting in a field. Why not sitting in the sea? Or in a lake, in a river, something cooling. All right, final corner, final lap. That's a win, and we made it look easy, says the race engineer. Well, apparently with 50 seconds ahead, you could argue to do so. You're camping on holidays. Nice. Where are you located at? Yeah, no competition today, but you know, after being rather humiliated to an extent in all those league races, it's also fine to just, like, you know, have a no competition race going for once. Kinda glad. And now we can speak about our, you know, driver rating that we successfully increased by some meaningless 2 or 3%. In UK, copy. How is UK people? Do they love camping and stuff? Is that something that you guys appreciate doing? Do a little bit of research, actually, I want to do. Let's see if I can. I want to see what happens. Car is empty. Really. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed the race. As we completed it in the P1, everyone has finished. So let's have a quick look at the ridiculous rating that we should get. Have gotten. Let's see. GG's. Good job, everyone. So 0, 0, low impact, mid impact, 0, high impact. I lost out to 0 drivers with a lower rank, at least something. So 1 invalid lapse. Whatever. So yeah, I do not even know how much rank I gained. I think I had like the same amount before, so it's less than 10%, I assume. Less than 5, likely. Yeah. And as we've spoken about profile, let's see, my 170 races. Event history. So look at this. There is 1 6-hour race, 1 4-hour race. Apart from that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 official races done on dailies this year. 8. And here you see one of the bloppers. There you see one of the bloppers, another blopper, another blopper. And yeah, here it is actually where it went downhill, right? 2 bloppers down to S3 and never came back from it. That's how things have just worked out. That's the reality. Yeah, I agree. I want to see about like how much do I win or lose, but that is to kind of hide a little bit the effect with the driver stuff. Anyway, guys, I'll say thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the race. The first challenge successfully is a pole, is a win, was a good race, was good fun. I hope you have enjoyed it. And guys, I'll see you on Sunday, hopefully with the VMS Pro Series. Thanks for being here. Please, if you appreciate this, have a thumbs up on the YouTube stream, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitch. Enjoy more streaming coming your way. We're gonna have a raid to Stradi. I can't remember the guy last time being live on Le Mans Ultimate, but apparently he is. So everyone enjoy Stradi. Have a good one. See you. Bye bye.